If you're looking for a budget video tripod that doesn't feel like a cheap toy and costs under $200, this might be it. This is the Sirui SH15 and I've used it for almost a year in Iceland and Norway, so let me show you what it does well, what's not great and whether it's actually worth your money. By the way, this video is not sponsored. Let's start with the key specs and later I'll show you how it actually works in the field. It goes from about 78 cm up to 155, so for me it's comfortable at eye level and I can still shoot over fences and small crowds. It weighs around 3.5 kilos and can handle up to 10 kilos of load, which is plenty for a fully rigged BMPCC or small cinema camera. The size makes it quite versatile and I really like it. The only thing that bothered me is that I can't get as low as I'd like to, but I get it, you can't have everything in one piece of gear. My BMPCC4K rig weighs about 3.1 kilograms or almost 7 pounds, so I still have plenty of room for extra accessories or heavier lenses without any problem. If you want to see exactly what my setup looks like, I'll link a separate video in the description below. The 75mm fluid head is what makes it a real video tripod, and it's surprisingly well built. When I committed to this tripod, I was worried that this will be the part that will feel cheap and I will regret buying it, but it turns out quite the opposite. After a year, I really like it. You can easily control the friction for panning with the blue ring, and the pan handle also feels solid with a rubber grip that makes longer pans much more comfortable. I like that I can level it quickly with the small bubble on the head without touching the legs and make sure that the camera is perfectly in line with the horizon. Pans are smooth. Sometimes you'll see a tiny jitter at the very beginning and end of a pan, especially when you zoom in, but for my travel films and YouTube work it's more than good enough. The only part that's less ideal is tilting up and down. Sometimes you can feel a small catch, but it's still totally fine for me. The head has a very fast way of attaching the camera. So you just slide the camera onto the tripod and lock it with one move. Detaching it is just as quick, and there's also a red safety button that prevents the camera from sliding out by accident. And believe me, it saved my whole gear once. You can also balance your setup on the tripod so that it counterbalances heavy lenses or battery packs. The whole tripod is made of aluminum alloy and some smaller parts are made of plastic. Its legs are built from 3 separate segments. The legs and the center spreader feel really stable and solid. There are no creaks or cheap grinding noises. I was used to cheap photo or phone tripod and was very surprised that it's that sturdy at this price. The only problem was in really cold weather. For example, in Iceland, the aluminum got freezing to touch and it wanted to take my fingers off, but good gloves fixed that. I even used it in a river with the legs halfway underwater and it handled it without any issues. This tripod also has some nice quality of life features, like rubber feet combined with retractable metal spikes, so you can use it both on delicate floors and on rough terrain. In Iceland, the spikes combined with the self-rigged ground were great. To secure it even more when folded, you can use leg buckles that easily snap in place, connecting the legs together. They are made of plastic though, and I think that it's the most vulnerable part of this tripod. Now about the folded size. On paper it's around 82.5 centimeters, but remember that you can always detach the head completely. Doing this makes the whole setup much shorter and easier to pack. For me it was a game changer, because then it could fit into a normal bag, for example while traveling with a plane, and I didn't have to send it separately and pay extra. If you're looking for a bigger version of this tripod, you can check out the Sirui SH25. It uses the same bowl and a very similar design, apart from the leg spikes, but it's bigger even at its minimum height and it won't fit into standard luggage as easily. This tripod costs less than $200. Is it worth it? When I started with a cinema camera, everything was crazily expensive for me, but then I realized that it's just a different level of gear. It has to withstand more load, be stable and lightweight at the same time, and also super smooth for your cinematic pans. Compared to much more expensive video tripods, this one is basically a steal. If you would like to check it out, you can use my affiliate link in the description below. To summarize, let's go through the things that I like. First, the fluid head. The smoothness of this fluid head really surprised me, and I'm not gonna lie, at this price point I was expecting something way worse. Second, overall durability. What can I say? It's stable, it's durable, it can withstand strong winds and even work as a trekking pole on the challenging hikes. And now the only real con that I noticed: plastic leg buckles. The leg buckles could be more durable and it's the only part of the tripod that feels this way, but nonetheless they didn't break yet. Overall, I think that Sirui SH15 is a great budget option for BMPCC4K or any small cinema camera. I have used it for almost a year now and it survived water, ice, sand and even lava in the Nordic landscapes. If you decide to pick it up, there's an affiliate link in the description below. It supports the channel at no extra cost to you. And if you would like to see how this tripod performs with my BMPCC4K rig, click here to watch this video next. Thanks for watching and remember, let your films be shot by reality.